This is going to be Nike and Travis Scott most comfortable silhouette to release to date. Yes, this model is going to be the Nike Zoom Field Jaxx in a light chocolate and white colorway. It has all the ingredients of a great shoe, and not only a great shoe, but a Travis Scott shoe. But besides comfort, is it going to be better than this model? This is going to be the dark Mocha Jumpman Jaxx, which just released, sold out by the way. And this was a ComplexCon exclusive, but another release is right around the corner. Which model is going to be better for you? The Field Jaxx or the Jumpman Jaxx? Comfort over design? I don't know. Let's talk about it in today's episode on Nature Boy Chuck TV right now. Now, before diving into the quick details of the Nike Zoom Field Jaxx, let's do a quick comparison versus the Jumpman Jaxx and the dark Mocha colorway. Now, I've already broke down a full detail review, which you can find in the card above, on this particular model, but for sake of this video, let's just go back and forth in between. Let's start with the dark Mocha Jumpman Jaxx. Now, this sneaker, of course, you're gonna have a full canvas type material going all the way through the upper and to the bottom toe box of the front toe box of the shoe itself. You're gonna have that brown, rich nubuck color being there on this sneaker too. The Nike check on this particular Jumpman Jaxx, of course, you're gonna have the reverse swoosh, in which you don't have the reverse swoosh on the Field Jaxx themselves, and we'll talk about the styling of the Nike check on this particular shoe in just a second and why it was done that way. But on this Nike check, you're going to have almost a ruffled type leather suede material being on that Nike check, which absolutely looks great. On the back portion, of course, you're going to have Travis Scott design being there too. Ruffled front tongue portion being on the sneaker too. Everything about this Jumpman Jaxx looks absolutely incredible. It is what you would want out of a Travis Scott sneaker. Right along the bottom, you're going to have the fun art of Jack being on the bottom portion too. You may see it being a little bit dirty because in the review, of course, we did an on-foot version so you can actually see this shoe. Now, you're going to have your dedicated straps on this shoe. Same type of material. You're going to have the Travis Scott initials being there. Now, once you flip vice versa, you're going to have a strap also on the Nike Field Jaxx. Now, the main base and model of this shoe is off the Nike Spiridon, which came out a very long time ago. You have its rendition in 1997, and you have the Nike Spiridon Cage 2, which actually came out in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. But it actually implements that on the back tab itself too, and I'll show you guys that and wrap it around. So on the tab, you're gonna have that name and that writing being on there also. Now on the bottom of this sneaker, you're gonna have some years that's gonna be on there. So I'm gonna zoom in so you guys will be able to see it, but this is the bottom portion of it. It is said to be in a baseball type style format is what you'll have here, almost like a cleated version. But I love when the bottom of a sole looks like this. I don't know why, but it gives me almost type of a trail feel. Anytime you have that trail feel and you have the soft cushion like you would on the bottom of a Spiridon, except this bottom cushioning is going to run all the way through the sneaker, no air bubble or air tech bubble or anything like that. The lightweight design of this foam texture is absolutely amazing. Along with the Spiridon type flavor, you're going to have the mesh top material that's going to be up here also, which is going to offer a lot of great breathability. The difference in this and the canvas is just the material wrapping styling itself. Both of them actually offers great breathability being on this one. But on this particular model, you're going to have some leather too wrapped around the front toe box. You're going to see it in the beautiful colorway that you actually have here, wrapping all the way around to the back portion. And once again on the back, you're going to see that Cactus Jack logo with the air being at the bottom too, which I like the touch of that. But the main differences is you're going to have a Jordan style sneaker here, in which most people are accustomed to with Travis Scott. And here you're going to have your Travis Scott Nike rendition on it too. Now the leather that is on this Field Jaxx is absolutely amazing, and you'll be able to feel it right off on the strap. The leather feels very soft, rich texture. Is not too hard or anything like that. I love the makeup and feel of the leather on this shoe. It feels great. And once I got it in hand, that's one other thing that made me absolutely fall in love with it. Now, I spoke about some years being on the bottom of this shoe, and one that came into reference, let me see if I can find it again. Yes, it's going to have a 1988 being on the bottom. Now, this can be pure speculation on my behalf, or this might be the thought process. But this Nike check actually looks like the Nike Alpha flight shoe that Michael Jordan had to wear one game as he was going on to the court. He didn't have his sneakers for some reason. He had to run back to the locker room and get those shoes, and he wore those. And not only that, he wore them in the All-Star game in the dunk contest also. Could they be mixing this into the shoe? I don't know. I might be reaching. But if you guys have any more details on the year of the 1980 on the bottom, please drop them in the comment section. You'll also see it does have one lace swap that's going to actually come in the brown. Once we put this on foot, you guys will be able to see how that brown looks. But the makeup of this shoe is awesome. Now, we talked about the backwards Nike check. The Nike check that's only backwards on this shoe is going to be right there. That is going to be your only rendition of the Nike backwards Nike check, I should say. The only backwards Nike check that's going to be on this shoe too. No worries. I kind of like the small touch to it. Now, both models are new models of Nike created for Travis Scott, and I want to put them on showcase so you guys can actually see them and appreciate them. These models and silhouettes are absolutely incredible. And one thing I can tell you right off is Travis Scott loves a strap being on the shoes that he's created so far, besides the normal line of Nike and the Jordan brand wears that you've seen in the past. Now, it does have a lot of little tidbits on this shoe. Right on the inside, you're gonna see the shark rendition being right there as you move the strap. Right on the bottom, you're gonna see Cactus Corporation. And they actually had a booth set up at ComplexCon for Cactus Corporation also. I think it's more things to come that's kind of Travis Scott besides the Nike and the Jumpman rendition. But as I unloose this strap here, we're going to see Cactus being right there on the inside of the strap too. But look how great this silhouette looks with that backwards Nike check, the other Nike check, and Cactus being right there. I just think the whole makeup of this shoe just looks phenomenal itself. Now I'm gonna unloosen the shoestrings here so we'll be able to see the tongue. And this is one thing that you've seen on the Travis Scott Jordan 1 models, and you'll see it here too. You got the Cactus Jack emblem being there too. There you go. You got the 1, 2, 3, almost like quotations marks right there, but you got the Cactus Jack. So that is still going to be within the sneaker itself too. So a lot of the touches they actually left on the shoe itself. Now, as far as weight on both sneakers, I would have to say the lighter sneaker is easily going to be the Field Jaxx. Now, picking one up versus the other, easily a lot heavier shoe. That's probably because of the nubuck type leather that's being on here, the base and bottom. But the Spiridon type layout with the mesh uppers being on this shoe, a little bit lighter leather. This shoe is extremely light. And you guys are going to be able to attest to what I mean by light and comfortable, which we go into the on foot video. Now, market wise, we've seen this sneaker right here, which actually retail for a price of $200, and the retail price of this particular sneaker here being $170. Now, right now, market for its resale, the average ongoing price of this sneaker, depending on the size, is going to be anywhere from $350 to $380. Now, vice versa, on a shoe that actually offers a little bit more comfort, I would say, right out the box, without having to add an insole, is going to be the Field Jaxx. Now, the Field Jaxx gives you a little bit more on foot for as a comfort, I would say, but for as in the retail market, with the gap in between $170 to the average market price right now of $240 to $280, with a main release not really happening yet, this is going to be a lot more favorable for your pocket. Now, if you just got big money and you want to buy what you want, of course, yes. The Jumpman Jacks are a great buy. The silhouette looks amazing. As far as design, I think it is absolutely awesome. By no means I would say this is a lazy design by any fair means, but the creativity, I would say, really sticks with the Nike Field Jaxx. And for the bang for your buck, I think long-term usage and everyday wear is probably going to be a lot better out of this shoe. So if you're unable to score, or you were unable to score on the Complex Con stash release, no worries. You're going to have a release date coming up in January. Now, this is still up in the air. I want to check some particulars on it, but I'll be able to put it down in the pinned description so you guys will be able to see when the exact release date. But you're going to get a worldwide release, and I think there's already some raffles out in the European sites. But in the US, it's slated for sometime around January the 16th, could be the 23rd. I'm not sure yet, but once I get that information, I'll definitely update you guys in the comment section. Now it's time to go outside so we can look at an on-foot clip of both sneakers so you guys decide on foot which one you think is really better for you versus comfort versus hype. Let's check it out. All right, guys, we are now outside. I got the Jumpman Jack's Dark Mocha in my hand here, and on foot, I'm gonna have, of course, the Travis Scott Field Jaxx. They look good already, but I'm gonna go over here by the garage space so you guys will be able to see both of them on foot. If it gets too bright, let me know in the comment section. I'll redo this video on foot so you guys will be able to see it, but let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so far as comfort and styling, I'll tell you right off, the Field Jaxx actually look real good. I like they kept it traditional with what we will air quote as the Travis Scott colors. But the sneaker looks absolutely phenomenal with the brown, with the tan colorway. The back portion looks good on it too. One thing I will say is the tongue material is very hard on this sneaker for some reason. I don't understand that. When I was tying the shoes up, it wouldn't like go down into the tongue, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But comfort wise, the sneakers feel great. Night and day in between what I felt out when I first tested out, of course, the Dark Mocha Jumpman Jaxx. This feels more or less like a shoe I can wear every day and not have any issues out of as far as walking around. By it being based off that Zoom Spiridon type model. So they did a great job there. They just feel very, very good. You can tell the breathability is great here too. But overall, the sneaker looks great. I have the strap unloosened, so let's strap it up so you guys can actually see how it looks with the strap closed. Now, I'm a size 9. And you can see how that strap is just struggling to get across. Now, my feet are kind of fat on top, so that might not help it, but that's how they look with the strap closed in on them. So you guys can see that. That's how that strap looks. But let me know in the comment section what you think about how these look on foot, the Field Jaxx. I know they don't get a lot of hype like any other Travis shoe itself, but I think they did a great job, and it's going to be a steal for anybody looking for everyday stylish and comfort on the Travis Scott sneaker. Let's jump into the Jumpman Jaxx. All right, guys, so now we do have on the Jumpman Jack Dark Mochas, and the shoe is absolutely beautiful. The design is great. You're not going to have a problem with the design of the shoe itself. They do feel good once you do put your feet inside of them. The tongues are a lot more softer. They feel almost a little bit better on the top portion of your feet coming up, which is odd, versus the Field Jaxx. The strap, I think, is in a better format and placing. It's farther down versus than what you'll have on the Field Jaxx. It feels like it's up a little bit more on the top portion of the foot. Those feel like they're probably down a little bit more, but those are strapped up completely on my foot, rather than I could barely get the strap all the way across on the Field Jaxx, but that's to each its own. The inside of the shoe is going to feel good, but you can tell right off on the bottom sole all the way across your ankle, and the sole of the shoe is down a little bit farther. I think comfort-wise, this kind of puts it in a bad position. Some people are going to like the way this sneaker feels on foot. I do not. Far as a shoe that I'm going to wear around a lot, I will actually have to add insoles to give me a little bit more arch on my foot to get a better comfort out of this sneaker. Not that it doesn't feel good with your feet inside of it, but if you're going to be walking around every day, this is not going to be your top comfort shoe. Now, as far as design looks great. I love the way this sneaker looks. It is a game changer. The silhouette in the model is awesome. But far as comfort versus the Field Jaxx, this sneaker is gonna win out for its comfort every day with no add-ons. But if you throw a great insole inside this shoe, which I'll recommend one for you guys in the description, this is gonna probably by far be a lot better for us in comfort. But do not sleep on this particular model here. Now, just for clarification, I would say true to size is gonna be my recommendation for both shoes, with one little, asterisk. Like I said in my review on foot of the Jumpman Jaxx, with the strap being on the placement, I would almost recommend that you go a half size up. I think if you have fatter feet, that will wear out a little bit better for you, and you can't go wrong with some thicker socks. On the Field Jaxx, I almost recommend the same exact thing. If you do not strap the shoe up or like it strapped, stay true to size. It's gonna feel great. You're not gonna have any issues. But if you want that strap to go completely across, I do recommend you go a half size up. Now, some people's feet are different. Mine are a little bit wide, a little bit heavy on the top portion of my foot, and some people have wider feet. But if you want this full strap to go across, guys, you want to go a half size up. Almost guarantee you it will be a perfect fit. Without the strap being strapped at all, stay true to size. Now, we discussed a couple of things in this video today, from the intro pretty much stating that this is Travis Scott's most comfortable model and silhouette released to date versus a unique and beautiful design of the Jumpman Jack. Most people usually would consider this model as being the best looking model right now that is a non-Jordan old formula versus something new, rather than Nike and Travis Scott formula, which we have here. A couple of things a lot of people will point out online is the backwards Nike check being the signature of Cactus Jack versus not having one on this silhouette. But is that a main priority when it comes to choosing your shoe or choosing a Travis Scott shoe? Oh, let's not forget, we got a little Nike check on the inside portion there, but for some people that will not be enough. It's the Spiridon as being as great as it was as a silhouette when it released a long time ago, and it's carried its tradition all the way through, as rich as a shoe like the Jumpman Jack being displayed here and right now. This is the third release of this shoe, and it is widely popular. This is going to be really the first release of this model that actually anybody touches. We remember the sale model that released, which is still in the upwards of $500 to $700. And it is by far one of the plainest silhouettes that you'll have in the Field Jaxx model. But my cup of tea right now is on comfort over design. Now, I rated this shoe extremely high, but I did put the comfort level at a 8. But on this shoe here, I would say it is almost as equal as great, if not better. If this sneaker had a backwards Nike check, would we be looking at this model a lot different as the Jumpman Jack? They both have straps, they both have mesh uppers, which are breathability. This one has soft texture leather and all the things that you would get out of a Cactus Jack. Or are we just so stuck on the tradition of Nike is dead and gone and we want the reverse Nike check? I don't know. That's a question for you guys. But if you ask me, I think this silhouette is overall a better experience for the feet themselves rather than the design of the Jumpman Jaxx. Could you add something else to this sneaker and make it absolutely better comfort-wise as this shoe? That is correct. I'm just speaking out of box today. This is going to be a better sneaker for us, wearability and comfort. The design angle is going to easily go this way, but if you're looking for the best bang for your buck, whether you cop it $170 or whether you copped it $200, let's look at resale value if you missed $400 north, possibly very, very soon, versus $250 to $280. I'm gonna put my money on this all day. This is Nature Boy Chuck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this brief comparison of shoes and this beautiful Nike Field Jaxx made by Travis Scott versus the undefeated, I would say, silhouette of the Jumpman Jack. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.